Okay, bye.
Hi, we are back August 3rd, ReW WhO, and everyone's just like keeping me in awe up to so far today, and there is that common thread with Sideshow, Coney Island, the whole
There's 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, and it's interesting because these guys are talking Coney Island too. So once again, old and new friends on this ReW WhO, and tell me, what brings you to this neck of the woods today?
Well, my name is ChaRLie RoTh, and today I'm here as representative and drummer of the band WhO Society.
Yes, and we have some clips of WhO Society that we'll play.
I don't know if I'm in those or not, but there's a constant rotating. But for about the past year, it's pretty much been the same lineup.
Right, and it's you, Mandy, and Sturgis.
Me, Mandy Sturgis, and Rowdy Bodine is the bass player. I started off as the bass player.
Right.
And then they moved me over to drums.
Right.
Because I just can't make up my mind.
Is that why? Or you're just ambidextrous?
I found a really good drummer, but he's one of those kids that's, a really good drummer and makes his living going out and touring with sundry bands. So after his availability became short, they called up their old friend Rowdy and moved me over to drums. And,
nice.
I played drums in a lot of other bands in New York.
Can you name a few?
A band called the Liza Colby Sound.
Liza Colby, you know who Liza Colby is, right?
Well, she's a character on
All My Children. I
but,
know, I watched it today. I love All My
That's the old
Children.
Liza Colby. The new Liza Colby is the daughter of the composer John Colby.
The one that's Liza now?
Yes.
The redhead?
No. This is a half black, half Jewish soul screamer.
I know All My Children.
Yeah, but this is not an All My Children derived thing.
If I know anything,
However,
my daughter was born during All My Children.
It's all the soaps. You know all the soap
That's
shows.
the only one I
Including
know.
soap.
But here's something.
Soap I know.
But here's what will impress you: as bassist and keyboardist of the band Blessed Union of Souls,
Okay.
I played on All My Children.
Oh, you lucky shit.
So there you go.
I've
been around,
that's your
baby.
claim to fame for me, boy.
And then if you're also looking for drum stuff, I also play drums and musical direct for Dennis Lear.
Oh,
love him.
So there you go.
that's awesome. Good for you, ChaRLie RoTh.
And he doesn't always say this, but he was also with Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary, the man, the one and only. He was with Rick Derringer.
The Prince of
and,
Darkness.
A whole lot of others.
So you and Ellen Merrill kind of then knew each other from back then?
We sort of knew each other as nodding acquaintances, but it was actually your gig out in Brooklyn over the winter that we sort of looked at each other and said,
I know
you
you.
kind of look like an old member of the old fraternity, right?
Nice.
And because I was Rick's keyboard player for many
and he
years.
did a lot of stuff with Rick Derringer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So now, Kip, you didn't introduce yourself,
I'm
but
KiPP ELBauM,
Yes.
promoter. You've seen me here with ReW numerous times.
Yeah.
Been interviewed and I've been the Who before,
you
too.
have been the Who. And so you were talking about a show this Saturday in Coney Island.
Yeah, and you just gave me another segue, too. So we got all kinds of great stuff. I'll do very quickly.
Go for
But
it.
yes, we are here, ChaRLie and I, to promote this Saturday night show at ChaCha's in Coney Island. I do all the ChaCha's music for the season. This is the last season, so if you want that season side of Coney Island, you got to come out. You got to come out Fridays and Saturdays because it's over at the end of this year. It is over. They're tearing ChaCha's down.
They really are.
They really are because the part of their deal.
Because they keep saying that and then
Well,
they keep changing
They
it.
keep going back to court, which was the Coney Island blah, 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 and it worked its way down to the Coney Island 8, which one dropped out. That was the freak show because they got ripped down literally in the middle of the night.
That's so
And,
unfortunate because today's show on ReW WhO reminds me a little bit of a freak show.
A little bit. The amazing Amy has performed with me at ChaCha's last season with all up. Let me talk real quick about this Saturday. This Saturday is basically a blues show. It opens up with Johnny and the Girl featuring Christine Ames. Christine has been on Broadway in numerous parts. She's only 18 years old. And nobody knows.
Which segues a little with Tiffany.
American Idol will be at ChaCha's this Saturday night.
To check her out?
They're filming her. Saturday night.
So that means she's a contestant.
She
So when
is a contestant.
in the
This is the
audition, they show footage of her at Cha-Cha. I get
And also, right after her, and you've had
so
her
she
on your
goes
show.
to LA.
These are all people that you
See,
know.
American Idol's fixed.
Yeah, only a little.
That's all I just figured.
But right after Christina performs. Another one you like, love is Tara Elliott. Tara Elliott performing for me on Saturday. Followed by my boy ChaRLie, along with Sturgis Peters and Mandy Lemons, Low Society, and ending up with the Ruiners from Detroit.
Yeah,
hometown.
Awesome.
Let me tell you something. I mean,
We have a video of the Ruiners.
coming up, yes.
Yeah.
Be here.
I
When
mean,
are they here?
Rick,
Ask Kim.
because they're not getting it until Saturday and then they're leaving. But the Ruiners will be at Coney Island Church on Saturday night, and all is for only $5. You know, you mentioned Alan Merrill.
Yes.
Starting on the 12th, for the last 3 weeks of August, I have Alan Merrill and the New Arrows every Friday night for 3 weeks. Featuring Alan, of course, the writer of I Love Rock and Roll, Kirk Yano, 3-time Grammy Award nominated, 2-time Grammy Award winner. Who else do we have? Oh, also Tommy Mandel will be performing with him.
I can't say enough good things about Tommy. I've worked with him since the early 80s. We were both young synth boys in the New York session scene, and he's an amazing, amazing player. Wonderful guy. I always got to give shout-outs to the sidemen, because that's what I've been all my life, and he's really, everybody he's played with, he's made sound better.
And
Well, that's what you do.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the joy.
That is the gig, yeah.
That's the joy.
Yeah, like, you know.
Otherwise, there's the door.
Yeah.
Tommy's
That's
been
what
with
you're about.
Tommy's been with Brian Adams, Dire Straits, just to throw a couple names out there.
Wow.
That's every Friday with
Now, is he
Franco
in like a Shadow Man costume? Like, you know, I mean,
Nah, he was actually in that lot of Dire Straits videos. He's just jumping up and down.
That's right.
good for him.
Yeah.
Good.
That's our Fridays out there, and our Saturdays out there after this Saturday, which is the
I'm gonna
special
play
show.
one of them, Kip.
I can get you out there actually, because I still got a couple open slots.
I'm gonna play one.
I'd like to say one thing, because Kip described this as a blues show, and I know when you say that, you immediately think of like some overweight guy in a cap going, dum, 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 dum. This is not that show.
No.
This is really closer in a vibe. I've looked at all these bands on YouTube. This is much more like a Saturday night at Max's. Like a dangerous,
Yeah, you're right.
dangerous
You're right.
Saturday night at Max's.
Well, you know, one of the funny
These
things.
bands are no joke, folks. I gotta tell you, this is straight up screaming blues-based rock and roll.
That's right.
Plus, you're on the beach of Coney Island.
Yes.
I mean, what more? You never know. You might just see a mermaid.
And let me tell you something. If ZZ Top, in their early days when they were absolutely amazing, would have grown up in Alphabet City when it was nothing but decay, you would have Low Society. And now you do have Low Society.
Yeah, but they're so cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't see them as ZZ Top growing up.
No,
on the
early.
side.
Early Z, come on.
Mandy does not look like a ZZ Top
You're right.
character.
Well, all right,
Never
let's
seen
see.
her with the beard yet, but
Exactly.
You're killing me on this
Yeah,
idea.
I mean,
You're
Mandy
killing me,
is
girl.
more to me like, you know, she's more of like a Marilyn Monroe that can sing blues.
Yeah.
You know, like if Marilyn Monroe lived to sing, you would have Mandy Lemon.
Musically, I gotta tell you, she gets a lot of comparisons to Janice.
Maybe if ZZ
and I don't
Top
think
and
she
Marilyn Monroe had a baby,
There you go.
it would
I'll
be
take that.
Mandy Lemon.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take
there
that.
you go.
And,
Right,
and
that's-
Sturgis is the bastard child. Yeah.
Yeah, Sturgis was JFK's body double.
he was? Oh, that explains his bad back.
No,
Yeah, whatever. So, before we break for the video of the Detroit people, the Ruiners, I feel like I should be in that band. Ruiners.
By the way, Rick Ruiner is a fan of yours. You should be watching.
Well, you met
Hey, Rick.
Liz Scaris. Do you remember Liz Scaris?
Liz
Yeah.
Scaris, yes.
She was at the Midals.
Yes, of course I do. I know the Midals. I love the
Liz
Midals.
played with the Ruiners.
Liz played with the
Oh,
Ruiners.
that's right.
And how amazing Amy is here is actually because of Mama Palooza. So it's once again all TT.
And
And
real,
Roma too is Mama Palooza. Exactly. So it's all that
I gotta throw another real plug too, because Amy played for me last year, and this year it's all mobbed up Saturdays with Luigi Babe, Joey Kelly, and
Nice.
crew. So we've got that on Saturdays. So Fridays, Alan, Saturdays, Luigi, and all mobbed up, and this weekend a specialty show. It's just gonna be
So
absolutely.
what would I be on, a Friday or a Saturday?
Actually, I'd like to get you on a Saturday. because we're
Way to go,
expanding
girl.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Play that game. Play that game.
What up? It's also National Watermelon Day today. And
So
I have some
watermelon-
yummy watermelon candy for you.
What's your
So I need a skeleton from your closet.
There's a price
before
first.
you
You
open
should pay
it up.
the toll.
Yeah.
Yes, pass it this way and then
Of course.
slap me in
Of
the
course.
hand.
You know, exactly. But you'll get. Who's going first?
You want my skeleton?
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned Max's before. This is many decades ago, in a decade far, far away. I made out with Ronnie Spector in a Max's Kansas City dressing room, and Howie Pyro was a witness.
That is so
Wow.
cool. Have a candy.
Yeah.
She played it with Joey Ramone at one of my benefits, actually, Ronnie.
I've
Spector.
actually heard wonderful things of her appearances lately, that she's really pulling it together and sounds fantastic.
She was amazing, and her and Joey were really, really good friends.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
She showed up there drunk late one night, that night with Genya Ravan.
I love Genya.
Love
Genya plays
Genya.
my music on the radio.
And the Dots and the Blessed had played at Max's, and it was
After
after everybody had
Blessed.
played. And they just showed up, and Ronnie saw a room full of reasonably good-looking guys back then,
And you
and
were the one.
I was like the first or second in line, and she went around this little tiny closet of the dressing room and gave everybody a big, sloppy wet kiss. And she got all the way around the room, and Howie was over in the corner by the door wearing this trench coat, and she got over to Howie, and it looked like she was going to devour him. And, he had the Howie hair, the whole thing. And he was sort of like this, and Genya was standing right in the door, and Ronnie comes up to him, and we all thought she was going to kiss Howie on the lips, and she goes, "Oh, Goldie, look, you're so cute, you're so cute." And needless to say, I've told that story a lot.
Wow. So, are you still friends with Genya?
I would imagine, we're Facebook friends, and if I saw her at a gig of mine or hers, I'm sure it would be a lovely thing.
I love you, Genya Raven. She's the
We
best.
all love
I
Genya,
know.
absolutely.
Genya's awesome. She's doing a lot for this community and a lot
Oh, yeah.
for music.
Oh, yeah.
Sirius Radio is a better place because of her. Kip, all right, take your watermelon candy yet.
All right, last time was a music skeleton. A lot of you guys that know me out there also know I do boxing. I'm going to do a boxing skeleton.
Go for it.
Anybody remember the lovely and beautiful Leon Spinks?
Yeah, of course.
Ah,
Toothbrush.
you got it.
I ain't
Leon
got no
beat
job.
Ali.
I ain't got no teeth.
Back in the mid '80s, my father and I had a fighter out of Columbus, Ohio, named Kip Kane. He was a kindergarten teacher. Okay, he went.
Is that when you're looking for a fighter?
Yeah, exactly. My father built him up to around 23, 24, and 1. When I tell you, he couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag to get those wins. He fought every stick in the business. We got a USBA heavyweight title fight. Okay,
That's when USB meant something else.
yeah, you're right. You got it. The United States Boxing Association. We got a heavyweight title fight, and we got to pick the opponent for Kip to fight for this vacant title. So my
Is that where
father,
you got your name?
no.
Oh.
No, my parents are freaking weird. So anyway,
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, trust me, they're not watching me right now.
Because they don't know what a USB is either, right?
Yeah, no, they don't. No. So my dad looks over the top 10 guys because Kip is so awful. He has to find the biggest stiff with some kind of a name that Kip might beat to win. So he looks, and this is now a long overdue, washed up Leon Spinks to fight Kip King. This is the only shot Kip has at winning this title. So I decided to call a friend of mine. Remember, this is the early 80s, mid 80s, when there was still pimps and, called a buddy of mine from the Bronx to come down. We were staying in a hotel up on 51st and Lex. The show was at Madison Square Garden. The night before the fight, I call a friend of mine with a big, bright, floppy hat and, real bright colored suit to come on down and hang out for a minute with me. I called Leon in his room to come down to the lobby, just because I had to tell him something. And then I introduced him at 10 o'clock at night, the night before the fight, to this black pimp, okay? And I let nature take its course. Next thing I was in the lobby at 5 in the morning when Leon comes walking in with his eyes like this, bloodshot, huge, hookers on each arm, and I'm going, yes, we won. Needless to say, Leon Spinks knocked out KiPP in the 7th round.
Thank you. Have your watermelon candy.
Thank you.
So last shout outs, what do you want to say? Go to Cha-Cha's every weekend, all summer long, but especially this weekend.
Especially this weekend.
Yeah.
Last weekend, absolutely. The Saturday night's just gonna burn it down. It's gonna be a great show.
This is my
Really
one
looking
show.
forward to that.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, and come back again and again every time. You're always welcome.
And then
And thank you for doing this. I mean, just, not for us, just doing your thing.
Yeah, we
This is
love
like-
you,
It's a
Ruth.
great
Thank
deal.
you.
It really is.
Thank you so
And
much.
watch emails and Facebooks from ReW, because by tonight she'll have her chocolate cake questions.
All right. I like this show. Yeah.
It's your show.
Thank you
You
so
better
much.
like your own show.
We'll be right back with
I'm
more.
not putting in bands I hate.
Thank you.